They don't call him king. They don't call him general. They call him
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Kukulukan.
They call him
Kenobi. They call him Kenobi.
Kenobi-kan. There you go. Welcome back to the SF Comic Company. This is the SF Company Hour, number 147. We're going to talk the big Wakanda Forever review. We'll go into some spoilers later. Big old review, spoiler-free at first, then jumping in some spoiler talk. Lost a lot of greats in the comic world this week. The passing of Kevin O'Neill, great artist Carlos Pacheco, one of my favorites, and the great voice talent. A lot of people's Batman. The voice in your head when you read Batman comics most of the time. Kevin Conroy passing. This is a big hit for the comic community. This year's been kind of rough. So we're going to talk about some sad stuff and then talk about Wakanda Forever. Should be a fun show. Kenobi's super juiced. He wants to be involved.
Yeah, he's already fucking up my notes.
Wakanda Forever, Kevin O'Neill, blah, 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 blah. All right, coming back, our returning champion, the Hondolorian, El Hondovich, the Hondo Mondo, Chulito Vinyl Club himself. Mr. Hondo, how you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How you doing?
Tired. Still a little drunk for last night, but
I wonder why. What's up, Goonies?
Goonie Goo Goo, and
Goonie Goo Goo.
Stop it, fucker. Not you guys. The other fucker.
Mr. Effort, Mr. Grayson, how you doing?
Yeah, rough last couple days. So
yeah, okay. Well, we'll try to get some fun in today. It's always juiced. All right, we're gonna jump into some of the sad stuff, man. It's rough fucking week, man. We took some hits this week, man. First, let's talk about Mr. O'Neill here. Kevin O'Neill, of course, probably most famous for is work with Alan Moore on League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, the excellent book. Movie, not so much. I think he's the only one that got paid after all that, so that was cool. Good for him. Movie was horrible. Passed away. He was English comic illustrator. Got his start with 2000 AD, British Anthology magazine. His art is amazing. It's definitely one of the highlights of some of Alan Moore's work. I think it worked. If it wasn't for his art, I think that book wouldn't have been as great as it is. It's really good writing, but that art really just is spectacular. And of course, Martial Law is another famous works of his. He's just a legend of the comic industry. He worked on a lot of stuff. Did some Green Lantern stuff back in the day, back in the 80s. I think I think he was the one that worked on the stuff Alan Moore did, right, too, for Green Lantern. Might have. He did a lot of stuff. Because I remember.
I'm not sure. That's a good question.
Yeah, he was around that time when that Kilowog cover with the the Russian flag and stuff. I think he was part of that too. I'm not sure if that was his, but yeah. So Kevin O'Neill, legendary artist, the first big hit of the week. Hondo, man, what are your thoughts on the passing of Kevin O'Neill?
Man, we lost another great comic book artist, man. I wish I really had a chance to meet him. I have some pretty good books of his. Of course, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Yeah, man, it sucks. Apparently he wasn't that old, right? Like
no,
he was 60 something.
He was born in 1953.
Okay.
69?
69.
Yeah. Wow, man, it's sad. but he did some great work. Like you said, I don't think League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is as good of a comic book without his art.
Yeah.
He did he was very good at expressing facial, like, emotion.
Yeah.
Like I have a panel. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like, you probably can't see it too well, but like Nemo is kind of shooting down a bunch of people, and Mr. Hyde is like expressing like joy in watching Nemo tear apart these people with his gun, and it's just really cool, man. Like,
it's not like super stylized. It's simple art, but it's really like he really captures like. I'm going through the second volume. I actually prefer the second volume of League. The world stuff. It's good stuff. Yeah,
and that's a martial law book.
How is martial law? I've never actually read martial law.
Oh man, it's pretty good. I mean, it's kind of weird, like it's definitely that post-apocalyptic future kind of. Total has an 80s feel to it, and it takes place in the Bay Area. It's kind of like after a major earthquake in San Francisco Bay, and martial law plays like this kind of a futuristic cop. It says after the big one finally leveled old San Francisco, a new metropolis rose from its ashes, a hyper-violent fever dream of a city infected with the world's worst case of superheroes. And he's basically kind of like an anti-hero. He's kind of like he hunts heroes. And he hates them. Martial law. Yeah, man, it's kind of hard to explain. But it says, "I'm a hero hunter. I hunt heroes."
Ow! Sorry.
I think martial law is going on at Rick's place right now, man.
Dude, that was the weirdest fucking 2 minutes I've ever seen on this show. Like, Hondo trying to explain to Kevin DeYoung. It's a very, very touching tribute. Rick is battling this cat. The cat won, apparently. Is that the first volume? How many volumes of martial law is there?
I don't know. This is like a deluxe book.
Okay.
And it pretty much takes everything out of it.
Okay, I gotta check it out.
Yeah, it's really hard to explain. He's like a hero hunter, and he despises heroes because heroes are like, it's kind of like The Boys. You know how like the heroes are the bad guys?
Yeah.
In The Boys, it's kind of like this, but this is way ahead of its time. This is late 80s.
So he's like a Judge Dredd for heroes.
Kind of like a Judge Dredd for heroes, yeah.
Okay,
he's like a hero hunter, and most of the heroes are very crappy people, just like The Boys. Yeah. And in fact, now that I think about it, I think The Boys got a lot of their kind of like stuff from martial law.
What about you, Mr. Effort? What are your thoughts on the past?
I like the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen stuff. Like pops out more than anything. I do like the those drawings of martial law. It's like, I mean, not to like, I don't want to use the word simplistic, but the way he drew was just very, very simple, which is great. Sometimes you don't have to go all McFarlane or like stylized like Joe Mad. Like it's to me like that's like more of the what I consider like classic like indie comic book style, which is dope. I fucking dig that style more than anything. Yeah, I like his shading, or he probably didn't do the shading, but I like the shading on those fake to bring depth. It's gonna be sad because as much as I love like the LXG stuff, it was all dark, which was really dope. He knew how to draw that really like dark style of storytelling. So it sucks. I mean, we're just gonna continue losing more and more, man. That's man. He
did do the that Tales of the Green Lantern with Alamore, the Alamore stories he did for Green Lantern. So those are pretty good. I like those stories a lot. Yeah, he almost had like a kind of almost like a like he did like almost like a Sin City Frank Miller kind of
It
style.
does, yeah. Like a little bit scratchy, a little blocky.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of sharp edges. I dig that kind of style, man.
Yeah, it's good. So yeah, R.I.P. Kevin O'Neill, man. Big loss. Another heavy hitter. This has been a brutal year for comic creators, and like it's not even like old, like dying of old age, man. These are young cats, man. They're not really that that old.
69, you got to say at 69, somebody at least should have in today's day and age, barring sickness, a good 20 years more.
Yeah, exactly. You know? Yeah, no, we lost another one, man. One of my favorites, Carlos Pacheco. He was
what?
Yeah, Carlos Pacheco passed away also.
Fucking. When did this happen? Just yet?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't know?
Yeah. I didn't know this one.
Well, you should.
Dude.
You should follow the SF Comic Book Co on Facebook, Rick.
Oh, maybe I missed it. Like I said, Ray, I had a last couple of horrible fucking days, and this one sucks, man.
Yeah, this is a big one, man.
Man.
Pacheco, man. I love Carlos Pacheco. Is one of my favorite. He started off, doing a run on. He did like kind of back and forth issues on the Flash. He did some great issues of the Flash during the Terminal Velocity run. Him and Salvador Larroca, Oscar Jimenez, and just this run just had a fucking awesome plethora of like great artists working on it, and I love his version of the Flash. Yeah, he had a great run. Terminal Velocity is a good one. He did a great run on Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four had a great run also. I love the way he drew his energy he drew was just so good. I just love the way it felt almost like cartoony, like very like almost like I would say even like stylized anime kind of style. It was very clean. His art. I love his art a lot. He drew superheroes the way superheroes should be drawn.
Yep.
He was definitely one of the best. One of my favorite artists. Definitely, man. He'd probably be in like top 20 for me all time. He's just again another guy that born 1961, so not even that old at all. Spanish. Where is he born? He was born in Spain. He was 60 years old. Yeah, he worked on Avengers Forever, Fantastic Four. He did a run on Superman that was actually really good. He was just one of the greats, man. This one fucking definitely hit hard because I'm a big fan of his art. Mr. Effort, I'm sorry you're just finding this out. You're ruining your day.
Yeah, this is a fucked up one because this is like when I'm going to the comic book store as a kid, and I see Pacheco's art, the cover art. Oh, let me get this book, and his art really brings you to it. Like you said, Ray, it's the way comic book heroes should be drawn. But the thing that I want to get to more, this is the way the animation style should have been. Like the way he draws is the way I always imagine to see my Marvel cartoons or my DC cartoons. His style like come to life.
Yeah. Like this should be the way like they're drawn.
It should be the standard how we perceive like animation, like like Batman the Animated Series. Like if I was to see like a Fantastic Four shit, I want to see Pacheco's style. Like look at X-Men, man. This one's a fucking surprise, dude.
Yeah, this one's a bummer, man. Yeah, 60 years old. I was hoping to get a sketch from him someday. I heard he was doing some sketches. I saw some people pop up with him. So I'm bummed I'm never going to get a sketch from him, or maybe an aftermarket one. But I've always wanted to get maybe a flash from him or something. But fucking look at that fucking Doom, man.
That's what I would say. I was like, you should probably get a Doom. He draws a great Doom, like that one where you see the perspective of him looking down.
Definitely this one hurt for sure. Alex, your thoughts on Mr. Carlos Pacheco?
Yeah, what a great artist. I remember I stopped collecting comic books in the late 90s, early 2000s. And then I went to the store and I saw a Fantastic Four with, I think in the back issue bin with Carlos Pacheco's art. and I thought, wow, this is really good. And I couldn't find the issues that I had in my insane stack of comic books, but I did find some Image stuff that he did. He did a series called Aerosmith. It's basically kind of like
Green Arrow.
No, it's a World War II. World War One kind of retelling where the world has swords and sorcery. So World War One, United States is still neutral, and Europe is fighting, but they're fighting with weapons and also dragons and magic and things like that. And the main character is this character, I think his name is and it's really good. Like his art is really, really good. On this,
it's that cover art, man. He knows how to draw a fucking cover. He brings out what the story's about. Those are beautiful, man.
And they just re-released Aerosmith. They started. It had a long hiatus, like maybe 10, 15 years, and then they brought it back. And I don't know what they're going to do now that Carlos Pacheco passed away. Maybe it was another limited series that they ended, but it's sad, man. He was even younger than Kevin O'Neill, and it would have been nice to have met him as well. Maybe get a sketch, maybe get him to sign some things, but unfortunately, that's not going to happen. But rest in peace to another great artist, man. The comic community has taken some major hits this year, man. It's rough.
It's been brutal. Yeah, his X-Men issues were great. Like I remember, it was issues with Shang-Chi. Like that's kind of like when I first kind of read some Shang-Chi stuff during the mid '90s. He just drew a mean looking superhero, man. He drew a fucking awesome looking superhero, man. I love the way. I love that. I think he drew that JLA special. They did that little book. It was like a little one shot. That was awesome. Yeah, he's just a clean artist, man.
Look at that one right there, man. You catch every single, maybe not the Flashes or Mr. Terrifics, but like every hero right there. It's like the pose that they strike and how they look. It's like that's what you want out of your guy. You want Stargirl looking, like whimsical and everything, and you want Atom Smasher in the back fucking like flexing out, and it's just he knows how to fucking draw, man.
Yeah, he draws.
Yeah, he has a feel for the characters.
It's he's definitely a huge loss. I'm bummed. Well, he's got some great work to go back and revisit. Reread that Heroes Return, Fantastic Four he did. I really love that run of him and Claremont. I think Claremont was writing it at one point, and then I forgot who else took over after Claremont. It was somebody else took over. Yeah, Claremont and somebody else took over. It was actually a pretty decent run of.
They switch out writers more than they switch out. Like when you got a continuous art going, they'll switch an artist out more than a writer, or the other way around.
Usually the writer sticks around for longer than the artist.
It's his storyline.
Yeah, usually. But I forgot who started off the Heroes Return, and then Claremont took over.
Yeah.
It's I think. Oh no, it was Scott Lobdell. I think Scott Lobdell and Claremont switched off, something like that. But that's a bummer, man. That's a huge loss. Carlos Pacheco. I would recommend. Recommend that Fantastic Four. I would recommend that. That Superman run he did was pretty good too. He had some good runs, man. And Terminal Velocity, one of my favorite Flash storylines.
That thing face is great. Just the expression and the way the eyes look. It's just that's good artistry, man.
Yeah, he was clean. He was clean, man. He was a clean artist, man. He definitely a big one, big loss for sure. What's up, Chris? Happy Catterday nerds and sad Batter Day. She's like Dr. Seuss. The Catterday Batter Day. All right, and damn, this was just the hits kept on coming this week, man. We lost another one, man. Kevin Conroy, man. Batman to many, the voice of Batman from the animated series, then went on to like pretty much voice Batman in a few movies. a few movies, a couple of video games also. Yeah, and I actually he actually got to play Batman in what was it, Crisis? In the Crisis when all the CW shows crossed over. He played one of the Batmans. He played basically the Kingdom Come Batman, who's all in his armor and such. So he actually got to play live action Batman once. So that was pretty cool. Just like that voice was so just like
Batman.
He made Batman. He made he did the he was one of the first ones to change the Batman voice and Bruce voice to make them like pretty distinct on their own. And it's just it's this one's a rough one, man. Batman the Animated Series is probably one of the best adaptations of Batman ever. And he was a big part of it. That voice, along with like Mark Hamill, and like that whole voice cast is amazing. But he was definitely just a standout. And of all reports, just the nicest fucking guy, the nicest guy ever. Like fucking just everyone says. I got to see him at a con once. I kind of wish I think I said hello to him, but I didn't get anything signed. But it was cool just to see him in person. So at least I got to do that. Just a very sad passing. Hondo. Your thoughts of Mr. Kevin Conroy?
Yeah, man.
Didn't you get something signed by him?
No, I didn't. I had it signed by Bruce Timm, the artist.
Yeah.
I had one of the Batman the Animated Series DVD collections. But yeah, man, this was it. Batman the Animated Series is just amazing, and yeah, again, his voice, perfect casting for Batman, Bruce Wayne. You're making me think of I had an app on my Waze, on my directional app for when I'm driving, and there was an option where you could get the Kevin Conroy Batman voice, and he's like, turn right, turn left, and it's just so good, man. So awesome. And yeah, and wasn't he in an episode of Cheers?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, he popped up in an episode of Cheers. I was like, oh shit, that's fucking Kevin Conroy.
As an extra?
No, he was like, fuck. He was it was
what's her name?
Carla's like, I think it was like Carla's like ex or something.
Another boyfriend or something?
Something like that. Yeah. She was. Yeah, he was like, it was in one episode, but it was like Kevin Conroy. Yeah, he would pop up in like shows now and then.
The ultimate voice, man. Ultimate Batman voice.
Yeah. Like there's been some good voice actors that played Batman, but he's the one. Like if he's gonna. I think he's gonna go down as the GOAT of Batman voice actors. Mr. Effort.
This was rough. Yeah. Another one. It all hits the fucking the 12-year-old in me right in the sternum, just punches them in the solar plexus, dude. It's just this is fucked up. This one was fucked up. This was a surprise.
Yeah.
Like I was like, Kevin Conroy. I mean, this was within minutes. I forgot. I think was it you, Alex, that posted it?
I think it was Davis.
I think it was Davis. Davis posted it, and within minutes, I was like, "What the fuck?" That was like, yeah. I mean, that's dude.
Wow.
That
comic book.
You have to remember, like he was part of like my Saturday mornings. He was part of my after schools. Shit, he was part of after works. I throw on a Batman the Animated Series, and he is the voice of Batman when I read a book. Yeah. It's I'm reading a Batman book. I hear Mark Hamill's fucking Joker voice coming through sometimes. Everybody has their voice that comes through. When I read Lex Luthor, I hear Clancy Brown. These are these people that I fucking hear, and it's just sad. It's like we're at the age where we're gonna lose a lot of folks.
Yeah, it's gonna be more and more like it's
more and more because it's more prominent. We grew up. People forget, like we grew up in the 80s.
That's when the
cable early 90s. This is where the zeitgeist came from.
Yeah, this is like there was a lot more like quote unquote famous people like in the 80s because there's cable and all these
TV. Yeah, exactly.
and music videos and shit. So there's a lot more people of prominence. They're all aging. They're all reaching their 50s, 60s, and 70s right now. So we're gonna definitely see a lot more people of prominence.
It would hurt if I heard that Kurt Loder died. The guy from MTV News. Like different things.
Wait, don't say that. He didn't die, did he?
No, but what I'm saying is that it's somebody so like.
Can we check on Kurt Loder?
He's just a regular dude.
Can we have a health check on Kurt Loder?
I'm gonna be fucking willing things into existence.
Yeah,
Ryan
man.
Ryan Johnson.
Downtown Julie Brown rumor, dude.
Could possibly die tomorrow. Yeah, let's get rid of Ryan Johnson.
Oh no, Kurt Loder dead. Oh no.
Is he?
No, I'm just kidding.
I'd be fucked up, like in the same breath. I said.
What story I heard
Final
about?
Destination.
Yeah. What story I heard about Kevin Conroy? I forgot where I heard it, but after 9/11, he was volunteering down, feeding folks down at the site and stuff. He was like the day after, and he was working, and some guy he told some guy found out he was Batman. He's like, oh, you're not. He's like, you're Batman. He's like, yeah, I'm Batman. He's like, he told somebody else, hey, we got Batman over here. He's like, yeah, right, prove it. And he just went into, I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman. And fuck everyone just like, yeah,
we got Batman.
Wow.
Yeah, so
that's dope.
That's a fucking awesome story I heard about him. He's just a fucking awesome dude. Very charitable, awesome to the fans. You never hear a bad thing about him. And so this is a big one, man. This is a sad one, man. So R.I.P. to Kevin Conroy, Kevin O'Neill, Carlos Pacheco, man. So yeah, just a lot of hits this week, man. A lot of hits, man. But hey, man, they have art that we remember forever for the rest of our lives. So they left a legacy that we can remember and go back to and revisit. And tell the next generation about these guys. So that's a good thing. That's a beautiful thing about artists and people that make art and all this. They live on through their art. They live on. Yeah. They're never really dead. They just they pass on to another plane, but their art, their spirit still lives within their making. So it's still a beautiful thing. But still, we celebrate their works and their lives. And it's unfortunately we're going to see more of this. But yeah.
And keep passing out those words, man. Like, let somebody borrow a Carlos Pacheco book. Show somebody new what the Batman animated series is.
Oh yeah.
Give somebody or let somebody borrow a martial law or League of Extraordinary
borrow that book, man.
Yeah, this is how we keep these people around forever in a way. They're them personally, physically are gone, but the stuff that they did and their legacy, that needs to be kept alive. For a lot of these guys, they did a lot of great work, and their work should be enjoyed.
Yeah. Well said. With that, please like and subscribe to the channel right there. Hit a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notification bells, all that good shit. Help that algorithm. Help people find the algorithm to come to us. Quickly, I just wanted to talk just a quick little about the John Wick trailer. This dropped a couple days ago. Got to see it on the big screen. That was awesome. This movie looks fucking insane. The John Wick franchise is just one of the best action franchises going on right now. And this one and they keep kind of ramping up. This next one looks fucking insane. I love the inclusion of Donnie Yen and Bill Skarsgård and stuff. This cast looks fucking dope. Mr. Effort, what'd you think of the John Wick 4 trailer?
Dude, after seeing 2 and 3 very, very late, I've been ready for this since I fucking finished 3.
Yeah, you're late to the game, right?
I watched the first one. I fucking love the first one. I just never got. There's so many movies I haven't got around to. I haven't seen Interstellar. I still haven't seen Inception,
Inception's good. I would watch Inception for sure.
Yeah, I still haven't seen a lot of fucking movies.
There's
so much TV. I watch Critters 4 all day long. I know it. I like it. And a lot of movies right now are a crapshoot. Some people try to get a little too clever. Ryan.
So you haven't seen any John Wick?
No, he just recently. No. Yeah, he just recently.
I saw the first John Wick. I think I saw that one in the theaters. So when it came to part 2 and part 3, I didn't really get to go, and I never really got to watch them like on TV. So I fucking these guys, everybody's been telling me, "You ever see John Wick 2 or 3, dude?" And I'm just like, all right, finally. I got home, fucking watched them. I was like, if it took me so long to fucking get to 3, and it's been out there forever, where's John Wick 4? And dude.
That first 30 minutes of chapter 3 is probably some of the best fucking.
It's insane.
It just keeps going. Like, oh man, it's a crazy opening of a fucking.
Like, they
movie.
really don't like this guy, or there's a lot of money involved. But yeah, it's fucking great. And B movie guy is awesome. I love B movie guy. Mark DeCoscos. That's what I call him.
Oh yeah.
B movie guy.
Yeah.
Is great.
What about you, Hondo? What'd you think of this?
Oh man, I'm like, I can't wait, man. I wonder what twists and turns are going to be in this one. More killing, more brutal, friggin' superhero type stuff. John Wick falling off a building and living, getting shot, getting hurt. But man, the action is just so well done. The villains are great, like you said. The B actors and man, man.
Fucking Clancy Brown's in here. Like, you
Clancy
Brown. Yeah.
Like,
Clancy Brown, Donnie Yen,
Scott Atkins. I mean, I'm very curious about Bill Skarsgård playing the villain too. I'm glad he's getting like some more play too. Like he's not getting like pigeonholed to he's the it guy. No, he was great in Barbarian. He
was awesome in Barbarian.
Yeah. I have to see that. It's on
HBO Max.
HBO. Yeah,
go watch it.
I want to see this kid doing some more stuff. Yeah, for sure. He's a really good actor, and I'm glad.
Go watch it, and we can talk about that one next time. I definitely really want to talk about Barbarian.
Barbarian. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about on that one.
All right.
If some people don't like it, I'm just like, you guys want too smart of a horror movie. Sometimes horror movies making the dumb decisions.
No, this is like, nope.
It's just making. And people are like, well, if it was me, well, you're not in that situation. You're not in a horror movie. Yeah. I'd be running. Yeah, you probably wouldn't get away. Yeah. They'd probably kill your ass. But just say, you gotta see Barbarian.
Can't wait to see how they top the book kill.
Wow, yeah.
The nunchuck beating was pretty fucking legit.
The nunchuck is cool. I love the Last Crusade fucking horse riding, and then he cuts it like generally just bucking fools off of horses. It's awesome, man. Like him like spinning around the car, shooting people. Oh man, it's beautiful. Dude. Like the cinematography, the music.
The music for the trailer, dude, was fucking Season of the Sun. Yeah. By fucking Terry Jacks. They fucking slowed it down and they added that shit. Dude, it makes it feel like is this John Wick's last fucking ride?
Yeah.
Because it's a Last Crusade feel. I'm like, oh, dude.
Yeah. This franchise is pretty fucking dope. And we're going to get some spin-offs. We got the ballerina starring Amy de Armas, Anna de Armas, who.
Really?
Yeah, it's I love that actress, so I'm super curious about that. And they said Keanu's going to make an appearance in the show too, so that's cool. And they're doing the Continental also, so
the Continental.
So this is going to be a fun franchise, man. I think it's got a lot of.
Whose franchise is this? Is this Stahelski's?
It's going to be the John Wick universe.
Because what trips me out is that
the JCU.
John Wick is what the Matrix should have been. Like. I get fucking. This is what I was hoping for with like the Matrix. Just balls out. The story's continuous, which is great. It's no bullshit. They're fucking chasing this man. He pissed off some folks. He did some shit he shouldn't have done. Some people did shit to him that they shouldn't have done.
Yeah, who's left? Like, you killed all the fucking assassins. Like, who's left to fucking like kill
new assassins?
Who did you piss off? Is what I want to know. It's like,
So it's gonna be interesting, man. I like it. The world they built is pretty damn intriguing. So I'm. It all started with, don't fuck with dogs, man. Don't fuck with dogs.
Wasn't Boris the Blade in the first one? Or the second one? It was Boris the Blade from Snatch.
No, I know. I'm trying to think of where was he in? Who was he in?
He was the dad of the guy who killed his dog from Game of Thrones.
No. That's isn't that Michael? It's Michael Nyquist, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
That seems
I think that's Michael Nyquist. That's the guy from The fucking lady with the dragon tattoo. Girl with the dragon tattoo from the original version.
That line is awesome when he's like, "Yeah, it was like who? Oh, John Wick." He's like, "Oh, you fucked up."
That scene, I watched that scene just for those moments where he's like, "I can't." Like he almost looking at his son, like, "I really can't do anything for you."
Yeah, you fucked
brought
up.
me into this shit. Like, you fucking asshole.
Yeah, you don't kill a dog, man. You don't kill a dog.
Well, you don't kill John Wick's dog.
Yeah,
you kill John Wick's dog. You really fucked up.
This is definitely a great franchise. It's pretty awesome. All right, so
you think they have another spin-off movie and a sequel series?
No, two series coming out.
Two series. Okay.
Yeah, Continental and then the Ballerina.
I just heard about that one. Yeah.
Anna de Armas. Yeah, I still need to watch Blonde. I heard it's brutal, but I want to watch it.
And the concierge at the Continental. He's in The Wire.
Yeah, he's in a lot of shit. He's awesome too. I like him. Ian McShane. Yeah, it's just a fucking stellar cast, man. Just Lawrence Fishburne, all those. Even Holly Berry was fucking tolerable in the last
Lance Reddick.
Lance Reddick.
Yeah. Oh, he's great, dude. That voice is great.
I just want him to read me bedtime stories at night. Have him read Lord of the Rings or something to me.
Dude, he would be a great casting for fucking even live action. Martian Manhunter.
Oh, that's good. That's a good shout. Yeah, I can see it. That voice alone is.
That voice is great.
Yeah. I can see that. All right. So let's jump into the big topic this week. We all got to see Wakanda Forever. Wakanda Forever. So we'll do some non-spoiler thoughts first, and then jump into full spoilers. So of course, this is after the death of Mr. Chadwick Boseman, which I think really affects this movie in a lot of ways. But I think that this movie could have been really, really good with Chadwick Boseman. This movie's good, not great in my opinion. I had fun. It was good. I had a lot of fun with it. There's definitely some issues. The action, some cool action scenes, and then some lackluster action scenes. But the acting, all top to bottom, was pretty good. Angela Bassett, of course, everyone's talking Oscar buzz for her. The only problem with that they showed all her best scenes in the trailers, so the impact of her scenes were kind of like, oh, okay, I saw that scene already. So that I wish they kind of saved some of that stuff, but I understand you want to market the movie, but I think they could have held some of that stuff back and felt the emotion when you see it on the big screen. But yeah, I thought acting was good. Neymar, that was a big question mark for a lot of us. I thought it was great. That was some of my favorite parts of the movie. Really, I love him kind of trying to doing that with the Aquaman thing, because Aquaman him kind of have similar origins and such. So I see why they had to go somewhere different. But yeah, M'Baku was awesome. Ironheart. Ironheart didn't really need to be in this movie, but I enjoyed her on screen. She was fun, but didn't really need to be in this. We'll talk more about that in spoilers. But yeah, a good movie, not great. My expectations were extremely high for this movie. It didn't meet my expectations. That's my own fault for making expectations so high. But I think the loss of Chadwick really. I think if Boseman was still alive and he was part of this, and it was Boseman versus Neymar, I think this would have been epic. But you feel the loss. You feel the loss of Chadwick in this movie, and it's. And I think Coogler did the best he could with what he had, and he constructed a story best he could. But Mr. Hondo, your non-spoiler thoughts.
Non-spoiler. Okay.
Yeah, just a quick non-spoiler thoughts, and we'll jump into spoilers, and then we can really freely talk about this movie.
I liked it. I liked it. I thought it was really good. Yeah, there were some lackluster parts. But there were some parts that I really, really thought were emotional and really, just really good, really good. Just it almost felt like a political thriller, kind of or like a drama, political drama. And I like that about the movie. I like that it wasn't all, superhero, just action and I like that they took, you know, they took effort to make this story about, you know, kind of like global politics and stuff between
geopolitical,
Wakanda and you know, Namor's land,
Talakon.
or sea, not land, sea. So yeah, so I thought it was good. I really liked it. I thought there was some really good emotional parts, and like you said, the acting was fantastic, and you know, that gets to me, that resonates with me emotionally. And you know, there's also they inject some life lessons into it, and I'm always a sucker for that. If there's something morally, you know, that you can gain from it, I'm always a sucker for that kind of messaging in movies or anything fictional, you know. So yeah, really cool. I liked it.
Mr. Everett.
So, non-spoiler, I'm just going to compare it to. I just want to say I really like this movie, just not what I would have thought they would have went. This feels like The Dark Knight Rises to me, for some reason.
Well, that's actually not a bad comparison. Yeah, like, there's some good stuff in there, but
great stuff in there. A lot of good stuff, but certain things are anticlimactic. And what kind of gets me, it feels like, to use like fucking sports terms, they left a lot more out in the field than they brought home. Like they didn't really like the stuff with Chadwick, what he probably had planned and everything. I hate when plans change in a movie.
Yeah,
because it's rough to recover. Because now you have to write for a whole new perspective of a newer character, someone that was really just a side character. It's not like Bucky. You know, if Winter Soldier was to get his own movie now, it's he has 3 or 4 movies that we kind of followed the character and kind of know where he's going, but we don't really know Shuri.
Yeah, and they kind of
we're learning about her now.
We'll talk more about that.
So it's just a lot to take in, and it just feels like it's not the movie that they really wanted to make, and it shows.
Yeah,
but it's a great fucking movie still.
Yeah,
like I'm not giving it super high praise like all the way, but it's a great movie.
I wanted this to be like top 5. I thought this was going to be top 5.
That's what I was hoping for too. I think we came in expecting a super lot, like, oh my god, this is going to be like Winter Soldier. This is going to have the chance.
Yeah, it's going to blow me. Yeah, I would say this is. Yeah, I would say this is upper tier Marvel. This is not like this is not bottom tier. This is probably I would say maybe break into top 10 for me. Maybe top 13.
This is I would say it's at the top third.
Yeah.
And the list is
a lot of movies. Yeah, we got what 30 movies now. Fucking
Is it 30 movies now? I would include shows in there too because they're the series.
Best Marvel movie of the year, or is that Doctor Strange? You like this better than Doctor Strange?
Thor. No, I'm just playing.
I would say it's the best Marvel movie of the year.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I like Doctor Strange.
I really like Doctor Strange.
But yeah, definitely different kinds of movies. This is more of a film, I guess.
Doctor Strange felt like a comic book movie.
Yeah.
But like Alex is right. It does have a political thriller, and let's get into it because I have a lot. That's where they kind of fucked me right there. It's a little bit.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna jump into full spoilers. 40, 44, 20 there. Let's jump into full spoilers. So Shuri's our Black Panther. I think that's kind of the biggest issue I have. I didn't feel like they kind of fast tracked her. Like really,
that's what it is.
We need to have her grow a lot, but they didn't really show that growth. It was just like kind of like, all right, now you're the main character of the movie. Now you're this. Now you're that. So I didn't like when they first this rumor's been around since he died. Like, oh, that's the big, like, she's going to take over because it happened in the comics, and that kind of makes sense that she's next in line. But in the movies, she hasn't really shown that she is that character. She's doing all this like fighting and badass fighting skills. She never showed that in the comic and the other movies. She's smart. She was a fun character. I like her character, but just not has the main, like, the badass Black Panther that you want. Yeah, so that was like kind of my biggest issue with the movie. Like, yeah, I get what you're trying to do, but I wouldn't mind seeing like Okoye be the Black Panther, or even
Okoye as Black Panther would have been sick as fuck.
and it would have been a good storyline because she gets kind of like disgraced early on, and her like trying to rebuild herself, and then she becomes the Black Panther to like save Wakanda, to redeem herself. So yeah, that was my biggest issue. I guess we'll talk about Shuri first because she's like the biggest thing. So you had some thoughts about Shuri, Mr. Everett?
So yeah, so to go to Okoye felt like she didn't feel like an extra character that it's Shuri kind of does. I love the character Shuri. She's like she's pretty much like a Tony Stark, but I mean to become the Black Panther, I'm sure T'Challa was a good fighter, right? T'Challa was probably an excellent fighter. Killmonger was a sick ass fighter. That's why he beat T'Challa's ass.
Yeah.
Right? And I just never got to see that out of Shuri. And not to jump, but she cheated.
Well, she used her smarts. She used her brain.
But she cheated, and I know that's what we wanted out of different Black Panther. But
you calling the fucking yellow flag? You throwing the yellow flag on?
I got the flag on the play, bro. You cheated. You're the hero.
She got called for holding.
You're the hero. So she's kind of a side character to begin with. She's similar, kind of like the kid from Iron Man 3.
Yeah,
we only see her. We only see them.
Yeah, who's this kid? Then he showed up in Endgame. Like, who the fuck is that guy?
Oh wow, okay. You met him once, and you're his buddy. Okay, you don't know the real Tony Stark.
Like, who is that kid?
Who the fuck is that guy?
Oh, that's the kid.
He's out of the blue guy.
From the Iron Man movie, no one likes. Yeah, fuck him. Yeah, cool.
So
he's the guy on the couch from Half Baked.
Yeah, that's how she kind of felt. She kind of felt like she was, They just showed her a few times. She showed you. She was Q.
Yeah.
You turned Q into Bond.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's kind of a good. Yeah,
that's a good analogy. Yeah. I like that.
You turned Q into Bond, and people are like, "Oh, it's okay to have a smart." It's like, no, that's why he's Bond. He's the fucking ultimate badass who actually, gets to be more badass. I'm not saying that Shuri's not a badass. She's a badass in her own way. The Black Panther. So she's gonna cheat and fucking just fuck over everything to keep Wakanda safe? Doesn't sound like a hero to me.
Yeah, it was just so unbelievable. Like she's doing all these flips and doing all this fucking crazy shit. Like it never showed her doing like if you like one scene of her like training like or her like trying to like I need to be a better I need to get more
getting her ass kicked by Okoye, literally getting her ass kicked by Okoye.
Just her she's been training the last like year. She's been T'Challa dies, and so she's been like, all right, I need to. Like my mind, body, everything needs to be, I need to focus on shit. But but that opening was pretty. I kind of wish they had him like die in battle, but him dying off screen, I guess I guess is an easier version of that. I think they could have easily had it like him in the costume, and something happens and he dies. But that's I love the little credit scene with Chadwick, the little new credit scene they had with Chadwick. But Hondo, what'd you think of Shuri as the Black Panther? The worst kept secret in the movie. They kept like it was going to be like some big surprise, but everyone knew. Like,
somebody else.
Yeah,
it was a little bit. It was a little bit disappointing that it ended up being Shuri, because I really thought once Okoye got disgraced and she got kind of like her title stripped from her. I thought that they were going to redeem her by making her the Black Panther. Like, will she rise for her kingdom? And then that would have been a nice twist because everyone was expecting Shuri.
Yeah.
But they went with Shuri. I like the actress. Again, it is a little bit of Lucius Fox playing Batman, to use another analogy. It was okay. I mean, but yeah, it was a little. I wanted to be surprised a little bit more. I thought it would have been a nice twist if it was Okoye, and they went with Shuri, and it was okay. I mean, she's okay, but I just think that they could have also, like you said, they rushed it. They could have also showed her kind of fueling her rage and her sadness. She could have like fueled that, and they could have shown her training and fighting, with Okoye, or
just like
or
one
when
scene of her like fighting,
she
like
spoke to when she spoke to Killmonger in the spirit world.
I love that scene.
That was great. That was
a
great
scene, dude.
But they could have showed her where like he did, like they have a mental battle where like he trains her up, or he kind of like, more than just saying, "Are you going to handle business?" Okay, that was cool.
Or something, so she could like block it, like, and then show something.
Show something where she's gonna like, okay, I'm gonna kick some ass now. I'm gonna do something, not just here you go, you got superpowers, now you're a fighter.
Because the herb gives you strength and shit, but doesn't make you a fighter. It doesn't make you a fighter. Yeah, so that just, like, now then she's doing all this crazy like flips and fighting and taking out Namor and shit. Like, it didn't. I didn't buy it. It is.
I didn't. That's where you go. So I didn't want to jump all the way to the very end battle, but I have to, because that's where most of my problem is.
Yeah.
It's fucking this guy, Namor, that is a fucking savage fucking leader to his people, because he's a general who goes into battle with them.
Yeah.
He's their god that goes into battle with them, and he beats the shit out of things. She's gonna beat him? She held her own?
Yeah.
It's so this is what it is. It's the schoolyard. You have, K through K through 5. The 5th grade guy who's the best fucking guy in the school, who's like, will bully the bullies and, be the bully himself, gets his ass kicked by a kindergartner who is the smart one. Negative.
Yeah.
Negative. This isn't fucking Christmas Story where they're rolling marbles or whatever to Home Alone them. This is like an epic battle.
Yeah.
And I don't buy her beating it.
Yeah. All right. We'll talk more about the end for sure. We got a lot to talk about. Big Leo 415. Sure is hype. Angela Bassett's performance is Oscorn. She's cool. I like her as a character.
I just can't. I didn't buy the end.
I don't buy her as a Black Panther. Just my thoughts. Chris said props fighting is in her DNA, the royal bloodline, and that was enhanced by both broth out of the flower, by the flower.
They should have mentioned that.
Showed it.
Yeah, they should have done just
mention it.
1 minute scene where kind of
you get the knowledge of them, but they don't. I don't think they possess you to like, or
she's had a couple action scenes in the movies where she has her like panther claws.
That's what she needed.
She's shooting, but never her throwing punches and doing flips and doing all this other shit. So, they should have showed it. That was kind of bad storytelling right there. That one part, that's bad.
Explain that if fucking Killmonger would have just fucking threw one punch and she just was like, it fucking does like a wax off move and shit. it kind of shows you like, if she can block a Killmonger punch, then she has some kind of thing that she learned. And being in the spirit world, it would have been the place to show it. Like, now I have the power of the black, and you don't have to say it like that all.
You could have just like put a look on her face, like
it's the
I'm not taking shit.
I didn't get that once. I don't buy her beating fucking Namor's ass. Dude.
All right, so guys, speaking of Namor, Chinacuarta,
Mejia. Tenacuarta Mejia, bro.
Mejia.
It's Mejia. I thought it was just Tenacuarta, but he fucking threw a Mejia in there. I was like, oh, shit. So fucking the Anglos have been getting it wrong the whole time.
His real name is Jose Tenacuarta Mejia.
Mejia? Oh, no shit. No, so damn, he's got a
4 names, man.
It was he's got, when he got yelled at, he heard all 4.
Yeah, exactly. So I actually really enjoyed his character. Like I said, this was a big question mark when they casted. They going away from the kind of the comic books and the Atlantis stuff, which I understand because the Aquaman stuff. And going with a Latino actor. I didn't really see that in my head as Namor, but it changed my mind. I thought, I like the way they kind of explained it and how it
explained though. They explained that they didn't explain her, being a Black Panther. They explained this though.
Yeah, I like the retelling of his origin. I like the shots of the flashbacks and stuff. The kind of the building in Talocan. It's beautiful. I think they did underwater like very beautifully. Like Aquaman, it was cool, but it was like very flashy and very very super cartoony.
CG.
Yeah, a lot of CG. A fucking octopus playing drums and shit. This one I thought was very elegant and beautiful. I like the look of him. The look of the Mesoamerican stuff was I thought it looked beautiful. I did like the look of. I wanted a little bit more Atuma and Namora.
Yeah.
They didn't really like Atuma's a big character in the comic. He's a big like one of his. I think Neymar's probably greatest enemy in the comics. Definitely up there. That and man. But I did love the look of them. I thought they looked cool with the shark's head and stuff. And the look really cool. I love the way he flew. I love the way he battled. Like he was kind of like almost like a Hermes, like kind of like just kind of like buzzing around like a hummingbird. Like he could like turn on a dime, and just the way he moved, his movement was really fucking cool.
Kind of like a Greek god kind of a thing.
Yeah,
which is kind of a nod, which is I found to be very cool as well.
Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, the action stuff with him. I thought his dialogue was great. I thought when he spoke was really like. I enjoyed his character a lot. I thought he really stepped up, and it was a fun character to see. So Hondo, what'd you think of Namor?
Oh man, the actor was good. I liked the way he played it. Yeah, he was good. It was one of the highlights of the movie. Yeah, he was a good character, man. I at first I kind of had funny feelings about, a Latin actor playing him, and just this relatively unknown. But he was really good. I have a tiny minor gripe. It's just I just wish he would have been a little more muscular. But
yeah,
it's a minor gripe. It's like a minor complaint. It's really not, So Mike Deodato, the artist, he's like 60 something, and he works out a lot. And he's like, he has that old man kind of buff, a little bit of buff. Like, he's got like cuts for being an old guy. Like you can tell, like. I'm trying to get to that stage, the old guy cuts and stuff. And basically he said that he didn't like that he was more cut and defined in his back than the actor playing Namor. So and then a bunch of people got on him and saying, why are you body shaming him and this and that? And it was just ridiculous. But like I see Deodato's point though, right? Like,
the whole thing is, you take a job with these guys, you have to. There's a certain level of thing. Chris Pratt did it. We go back to the other actors who weren't like super, like buff. Like, dude, I don't know how, shredded Paul Rudd was, but Paul Rudd got in shape for Ant-Man. All these guys get in shape for something. Batista's gotten a little flabbier. Going into his years because he's getting older. He's getting that old guy buff body,
right?
But like these guys get shredded for their roles. I had a problem with it because I'm like, dude, you're getting into a role, and did they assign you a trainer or anything? Did they give you a guy? Because
it doesn't take a lot. You could just do a little bit.
It sounds like you guys want to fuck Namor, man. I
want my superheroes to be buff, man.
I like this like chubby Mexican representation. Finally, thank you,
dude. I want that more than anybody. But it's just
all of us shouldn't be throwing those stones at anybody.
I want what I read at least to be somewhat translated onto the screen, and if Ray, you'd be mad, and not to be a dick or crack jokes, but you'd be mad if Sue Storm was fucking not cast in a certain manner, or even like Batgirl. Let's say they cast the Baroness as the wrong actress. You'd be pissed. This is one of those things that you go for a role, you want that person to try to fit into that role as much as possible.
I thought his body was fine. I didn't think think too much about it. Yeah. One body was looking pretty damn good. Big Leo 415 Lupita was looking thick. Yee! She was. Those curves were like they tried to put her in her dress. Those curves fucking they came out. I was very distracted on screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind her being fucking Black Panther. Yeah. Krista, the find may not have been viable, but I feel the mercy she showed would only be that powerful from her character.
Yeah, no, I don't think we're questioning the character though. I mean, I'm questioning your fighting skills. I mean, I think Shuri, even if she had those fighting skills and was whooping his ass, I think she would show mercy still.
Yeah.
But
Or if it took to, like if it was Koya and her like pretty much teaming up to take out Namor.
I would have seen Okoye kind of showing mercy too.
Yeah.
They should have
mercy to her fucking husband. So
just demonstrate a little bit more that she's a fighting. She's tough.
Yeah, I don't think there was anything from that.
No, they never kind of really established that she was capable of being a tough enough character, right? Like you can have the powers, you can be super smart, but you also got to have the the kind of aggressiveness and the fighting prowess and being able to be a fighter. Like you have to have a fighting spirit, and they didn't demonstrate that enough in Shuri leading up to the Black Panther role. That is what I think our complaint is.
I think her main problem is too, dude. Is I don't think the movie was really about her. It was more about Namor. We got a lot more backstory to kind of. I think what I mean by that is everything we were going through with Shuri. It was all grieving. She was grieving. She was grieving in her own way and trying to be strong and everything, but like she was grieving. I thought that the scene with Killmonger was very powerful. Of course, we couldn't have had it, but that meeting needed to be between her and T'Challa. It shouldn't have been her and Killmonger.
Yeah. And that's what it.
That's the scene that what I mean with we got robbed of that because of the unfortunate thing, the sad thing that happened to Chadwick. But that's where we talk about those scenes that really change how you were gonna go, the track you were on, and now you had to do a sidetrack. The sidetrack wasn't bad, but it wasn't what. This is. They kept the Namor shit. They rewrote all the Shuri shit.
But definitely Namor was definitely a highlight. Like every time, I was more interested with his story than more of Shuri's.
Like a backstory.
Yeah. So let's talk about another new character they introduced. Ironheart, Riri Williams. Dominic Thorne playing her. I thought she was charming. I thought she was a very a cool, sweet character. I've read a few of her books from the comics. She's a fun character. Kind of an unnecessary MacGuffin in this movie. Kind of really not really needed. But a lot of this movie was kind of setting up some spin-offs and like the Midnight Sisters, and they're supposedly going to be a spin-off with them. There's all the Thunderbolt stuff with Julie Louis-Dreyfus character in there. I think that a lot of that stuff wasn't really necessary, but they're trying to set up other stuff, which I understand. But I enjoyed Riri. I thought she was fine, but kind of not needed. Kind of a unnecessary MacGuffin. You could have took her out and been totally fine, but they want to set up her Netflix show and what have you. But yeah, you could have cut that whole storyline out and saved like 30 minutes of this movie. I think would have been fine. I think you could have said her being kidnapped by Namor and stuff. You didn't really need Riri for that storyline, but they added her in. It was fun stuff, but kind of unnecessary. I didn't hate it, just it wasn't really needed. What'd you think, Effort? What'd you think of Riri?
I thought she was great, but I can't argue with anything that you said. Like I just was listening to it. I was like, yeah, all right. Did she really need to be in there? They could have, a scientist that does any kind of equipment, but they're along for the ride. I really
make the device, and he's the one that kidnaps her, and like they could have. It wasn't really super necessary.
Yeah, I think they could have wrote other things and really cut maybe about 15, 20 minutes out. She's great though. I really like her. But this was a way just to introduce a character just for the shows. I think if you're gonna do that, they could have did like something for the Wakanda series, like just call it Wakanda. And
there's rumors of that. There's rumors
and they could have introduced her there. I just some of this stuff feels like shoehorned in.
Yeah,
it's I really do think we got a whole different movie. It feels like he kept everything that people are like, oh, well, you're just racist. It feels like the Atlanta shit was great. Coogler did a great job of that.
Yeah.
Of Tlalocan. Like he went in, they were speaking Mayan. I mean, dude, that shit was touching.
Yeah.
I love watching Wakanda. I mean, the first Black Panther, and when you get introduced to Wakanda and you see like just the richness, it's like the cultural richness of it. It's fucking like it's jaw dropping, and a lot of people, I was like fucking just like, oh, this is fucking awesome. I'm just imagining, like black guys that I was sitting next to were coming out, they were like juiced. I was like, that was a great movie. I'm like, yeah, that was a great fucking movie. And I kind of got that fucking feeling, when I got to see all the Namor shit. That's all shit was great. When Shuri was there, that was great. But could those scenes have been written with fucking Chadwick? And they just switched part of the dialogue because it feels like the stuff in like with Namor, a lot of that stuff is like seamless. The other stuff, it feels
a little clunky.
It's the Riri stuff. It's Shuri stuff. People are gonna say, "Oh, well, they're women. You're being a hater." It's not that. If you're looking at it from take a step back. I know what the arguments are. It's just you gotta look at it. You really do. It's a lot of it. This is fucking Bane. This is Talia. These are characters that were shoehorned into a movie that the guy already probably had. Coogler probably already had Black Panther and Black Panther 2 in his head in its entirety.
Yeah.
Parts of it.
Namor was always the plan. Like Namor was always part of the plan. So, just like, dude, imagine fucking Chadwick and Namor fucking just the king versus king, fucking like going at it.
I know the people are like, well, it's not going to happen. I know, and I get that. But what I'm trying to say is, because we didn't get that, we still got a good movie. There's a lot of issues, and this is the same thing I had with Dark Knight Rises. It's a great movie, but there's a lot of issues. The Catwoman and fucking Batman stuff that felt fluid. The Bane and Talia stuff felt clunky. Still a good movie, but it's not.
Not a good Batman movie.
It's not Dark Knight.
Yeah.
It's this. I like this, but this isn't the Black Panther. It's Wakanda Forever, which is a good movie still, but it's not the Black Panther. Therefore, it doesn't surpass this one, and this is where it's going to lie on the list. Not saying it's a bad list. It's not Iron Man 2 or Iron Man 3.
Yeah,
it's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's better. This is definitely, I would say, the top. I'll probably throw this into my top 10.
Yeah. I definitely need to watch it again and like kind of like soak in. This is a movie I probably watch again during the week just to kind of like sit back and really take it in. Krista agrees to disagree. I don't agree to that about her fighting skills, but I understand your views on it. Stop being sane and collected.
I think it's
anger, Krista. Anger.
The perfect analogy for me is, and they fix this later on. The perfect analogy for me is, how the fuck did Leia know how to use the Force without being really trained? We see her doing all this Force stuff in, what's it called, The Last Jedi, but they had to use another movie to explain that. I'm left without the explanation, and that's what kills me.
Yeah, one line of dialogue, like, "Oh, I trained with Luke, but I had to."
That's all it took.
That's all you need, right? Yeah,
that's all you need.
Like something to demonstrate.
She's talking to her mother, like, "Yeah, I'm training with Okoye."
I'm training with Okoye.
Yeah, some shit like I've been either spending her time in the lab or training with Okoye or something like.
Who was the other guard? Okoye and her could have been the one going at her like a 2-on-1 to show that she could hold her own just a quick sec.
Yeah,
they could have showed something.
And even though she was a technological genius and a smartass, she still would be training to fight.
Yes,
being royalty and a citizen of Wakanda. I think
Tony
they
Stark
would.
Is kind of a a citizen of Wakanda. I was gonna say Tony Stark's kind of a pussy. I don't think he can fight. He just programmed fighting styles into his suit.
Yeah, but that's Tony Stark. He's not from
He's not from Wakanda, and you said that. He's from Wakanda.
Krista, her brother was Black Panther. You really think he didn't make sure she could protect herself?
We don't
Yeah,
know
but
that.
they should have alluded
That's
to
assumed.
that.
That's assumed.
Yeah, it's a big assume.
It's an assume. You're leaving it to the person who's watching to
Yeah.
believe this. And
All we seen her behind a computer and in a lab. We saw her fighting a little bit, but she was using weapons. She wasn't really.
she didn't get into the fight. Like if it got close quarters, I never got to see it. I don't buy it.
All right, let's move on from this. Speaking of fighting, so let's talk about some of the fight scenes. I like the initial attack when the Dora Majal. I can't Dora Majal. How the fuck do you pronounce it? The when they come out of the darkness and they're talking to the UN, that was cool. The fight scene when Neymar first attacks Wakanda, that scene is awesome. Like when that's probably the best fight scene in the movie. I really enjoyed it.
It's a
This
great
action scene, yes, very cool sequence. Neymar just like fluttering around, just taking out ships, and like the Atlanteans, the Talakalians, whatever the fuck, attack. I love M'Baku, his reaction, and like he's definitely one of like the hidden gem in this fucking movie. He was really good. Winston Duke is fucking awesome. That scene was great. The final action scene on the boat with the them invading the boat and attacking them. I was kind of underwhelmed with that scene. I thought it could have been a little bit more epic, but it was kind of like a whimper. That fight scene. It was just kind of in one place too. It was just on a boat. Not really didn't really do much for me, and so I was kind of let down with that. But the scene in that first attack on Wakanda was pretty fucking awesome. I like that scene a lot. Hondo, what do you think of the action in this movie?
The action was good. It was good. It wasn't an Infinity War type of good, but it was good enough for me. I liked it when he attacked. I mean, it was good, but yeah, it could have been a little bit better. The fighting at the end on the boat was
it's a great.
It was just okay. You know what would have been cool? So like they were trying to take Namor out to the desert, to the dry land, to kind of weaken him. But they didn't quite make it to the desert. They should have did that to at least kind of weaken him a bit. Yeah. Because Namor is extremely powerful. And
first mutant.
Yeah, and he kind of got defeated a little bit too easily, just a little bit too easly.
It should have been more to take him down. They should have got it. It should have took more than.
It should have took all four of them. It should have been Riri. Fucking. It should have been Okoye. In the suit.
That would have been a badass moment. All these women
fucking fighting him.
Yeah,
it would have been it's pure men bashing right there. But that's what should have been it. That she wasn't the fighter that she needed to be. She doesn't have to do it by herself, including grieving. It could have still been part of the story, but it needed to be more. You're right. Namor is great, dude. Sorry, didn't interrupt, but you're right. Namor is he's grandiose.
Yeah, they even talked about it. What's his name? M'Baku said, well, he's the serpent god or whatever. And he's super powerful. And yes, he is. He's up there with Thor and the Hulk. So they should have I don't know. I thought they would go in a different way of it, kind of explaining that where I don't know, Atuma was the one who should have been responsible for aggression against
kind of planting seeds and kind of putting in
Namor. And then Namor kind of comes to his senses and says, all right, I'm not really going to defeat Namor.
Yeah.
In hand to hand. Even the Black Panther in hand to hand would I don't see him defeating Namor.
But yeah, she did outsmart him. She did that is her main power.
She cheated.
Right.
She's a heel, dude. If this is wrestling, she's a heel.
Black and brown relations for years.
Oh man.
And that's another issue I had. The politics of it. What Namor was doing, it was extreme, but it's Magneto type shit. It's extreme to the point where he's just like, fuck them. If they're gonna come looking for me, I'm gonna take the war to them, and they're not gonna win.
Yeah.
Only thing standing in the way is you guys. Are you guys with me or against me?
Yeah. What'd you think of the action?
I'm sorry.
What'd you think of the action scenes?
The action sequences were great. I love the fucking how the water was overflowing. I love the fights with Okoye. I love all the army battles. Like they had a few battles. Well, not armies, but like squads. Like they were squaring up against each other. Atuna's sick. I love the way their face masks came into play. You know, they would like pop them off, and it's like, okay, yeah. They explained that shit though, which is great. You know, they came in with something, explained it later, and then it happened. All their sequences were dope. Namor was just fucking jumping around like on little fucking lily pads.
That could easily been goofy and handled horribly. Like it could.
It was great,
but they handled it really good. But yeah, because it's a big part of his character too. It's like
he's
it's
fast as fuck too, dude.
Yeah, it's cool.
I like how they showed how quick he. Yeah, the swimming stuff looked sick. The stuff with the whales looked fucking dope.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's all the lead ups into the action sequencing. Dude, the action was like top notch. It was just like I said. I think the final sequence was lacking.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah,
yeah.
It was kind of
everything else with Forehead was like way bigger than that last.
It should have been more epic of a fight too. Like,
yeah,
it's kind of like a couple punches here and there. He was trapped in the boat, and then kind of it could have been a little bit better. Krista, they weakened him on the ship and then continued to the desert. Drying him out is his kryptonite. Superman gets hella weak with kryptonite. That's a good point. That's his weakness in the comics too. Like you dry him out. So Aquaman has the same weakness too. Like he needs to be close to water for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, but he's still taking him to Vegas.
He's still hitting hard.
Dry his ass out.
But just because he dries out doesn't mean he doesn't know how to fight.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't fight as good.
Well, he's weakened.
But he's still him as a weakened fighter is still better than her where she's at right now.
Plot. So let's talk about the big mid credit. We only had one mid credit scene. He's gonna take it down. He's gonna take it down. So yeah, we got a mid credit scene. We get. I kind of had a feeling they were gonna do this, like kind of have his kid, pretty much, and they kind of explained it where he has a child with what's her name? I always forget her name. What's her name? Nakia. They have a child. I guess this happened after Black Panther, the first movie, and before the blip. So the kid's 6 years old. She's I hate this too when they do this. I hate when they show the final shot of a movie in a trailer. I hate that shit. They did that in Spider-Man. They did that in this movie when she's like crying on. I hate when they do a final shot in the trailer. Never put the final shot of the movie.
Yeah.
I hate that shit so much. I'm like, why'd you put that in the trailer? That's the final shot of the fucking movie. Don't do that. So yeah, she's like crying. She's finally burned her garb, her funeral garb, and we get introduced to a little baby boy, T'Challa. So this is kind of this is smart. We're gonna get T'Challa, his son. He's gonna they can do a lot of things with this. They could we're gonna have time travel come and play in the next couple of years with Kang. We could get him from the future being pulled into the present. So we get our so basically they have T'Challa in waiting, and they can either bring him in later down the road or bring him in a couple years. So this is gonna be kind of interesting to see what they do with this. But I thought it was a good time. I had a feeling this was gonna happen. That they were gonna have a child or something in there, his son. So yeah, what'd you think of this, Hondo, of T'Challa, young T'Challa coming in as the future Black Panther?
It was cool, but it was anticlimactic for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because Yeah, it sets up future stuff, but I was expecting some major, post credit drops, man. And every time they let me down. Like,
Yeah, it's been the post credits have been kind of
and
disappointing.
it's cool. They're dragging it out. I get it, but like, come on, man. When are we gonna have Fantastic Four? When are we gonna have the mutants? When are we gonna have Doom? Let's go.
They're
Come on.
holding shit back. Like,
You
dude,
guys are floundering, man.
give us. Well, they mentioned mutant. That's good. That's a step. But yeah, I could have used a Latveria embassy, like just like a little nameplate Latveria representative at that UN thing. That would have been fucking awesome. You didn't have to show the person or whatever, and just yeah.
Right.
There was rumors that Lake Bell was actually hired by Doom to find vibranium. So yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I could have used a little more, but that's expectations we set for ourselves for sure. But
yeah,
but they need to start. They need to start, moving along with this. I think we're gonna get some big stuff in Ant-Man. So let's see. Krista, obviously not. She won. Yeah, dude, Krista's team Shuri, man. We're just woman hating guys here.
She's a heel.
YouTube user, get off Doom. No.
No. And that's what I was looking for. I mean, I think it was cool to have. I think it was cool. It was a cool scene, but I really wish it was something back in Wakanda where Shuri's on the fucking throne or something, or she's talking in her lab with somebody important, and then somebody comes in and is like, "Well, we just got a communication from another country. They'd like to send their embassy. Which country?" And then all you hear is Latveria. That's it. Because now, like, I think Wakanda's, they fucked up. They opened the doors showing everybody vibranium,
Yeah, and Doom wants to have vibranium, and like, all they gotta do is copy that Doom War storyline from the comic. That storyline's awesome, where Doom kind of goes for Wakanda, and it's pretty. X-Men are involved too. It's a great fucking great storyline. Big Leo's Team Shuri, hella Team Shuri. Holy shit, it's a cat.
Oh fuck!
He's got his little Voltron pose right now.
Yeah.
He's got his fucking.
Oh, dude, he's caging the jump.
Looks like he's gonna jump on you, man. Get him
up to the shelf.
Rick. Get Rick a chokehold.
He's up to shenanigans, man.
Let's go.
I'm trying to sit right, or like a fantasy photo, or like a pirate, right? With a cat right there.
Grab. He's gonna put a chokehold on you. Knock you out.
The Orange Panther.
Here's me talking shit about fucking Shuri. He's ready to whip my ass. We just He did that the other day, dude. He fucking went on my foot like he was a fucking boxer, just combo boxing. Then ran away. It's great.
Yeah. So what'd you think of that post credits?
I liked it. It's like I said, it was cool. It's not what I expected, but it was cool.
On my face.
It was cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were gonna. It's cool that they went with this route because now we have Son of Black Panther.
Yeah, and then T'Challa. We have a T'Challa.
We have a T'Challa.
Yeah.
So it's not a variant. It's not Killmonger. See, to me, that's a cheating way of doing it. But this is the way.
It's okay when they do it. Not when Shuri. Yeah. Okay.
It's the way comic books work.
Yeah. I assume this is Nip on here. The movie was just too long. It was a little bit long. I
think maybe about like 15 minutes.
15, 20 minutes I could have cut.
Riri Williams, some of that stuff you could have cut out.
Yeah, the Everett Ross stuff you probably could have cut out too. I get you're trying to set up Thunderbolts and
see that's another thing. It felt like they were trying to set up too many things with one.
Yeah,
movie.
They're setting up the Midnight Sisters with the armor shit, and they're gonna have a split off. They set up Ironheart. They're setting up Thunderbolts. They're setting up fucking Secret Invasion stuff. I bet you Ross is gonna be part of that too. So yeah, I think they definitely were setting up a lot of stuff, which is good and bad. Sometimes you could, like Civil War, set up a lot of set up Spider-Man, set up Black Panther, set up all this Avengers stuff. So there's good ways of doing it. I think that some of it was kind of a little forced. We're trying to mourn fucking Chadwick, and this is kind of they're shoehorning all this like extra plot shit. All I needed was Namor and fucking like Wakanda shit. That's all I kind of really needed. But I did like fucking M'Baku becoming king. I like that. That's I'm glad that he could have became king in that first one. Shit, but he seems like he's a great leader. I like his he's when he's talking about Neymar. They don't worship him. They don't worship him as they don't call him king or general. They call him the Cuckoo Khan. Like starting a war with them, like killing him is just going to have an eternal war.
Yeah,
it's never going to end. And they're getting their ass whooped. The Wakandans are getting their ass whooped on that boat by the fucking Talakanians. So they have some strength with them because they're all powered. They're all fucking super powered too. So it would have been a formidable foe. So I thought he was great. I wanted more of him for sure.
Yeah.
It felt Avatar-ish.
I think that's just the blue on their.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot having to do with the blue. Yeah, and it does. I think it does feel like Avatar in a way sometimes because I think Avatar uses a lot of native culture, and this is native culture.
Mm-hmm.
This is Mesoamerican culture right here.
Yeah. So yeah, it's it's a good movie. I need to see it again. It definitely has some issues, some story beats I personally wouldn't have went with, but still didn't like ruin the experience. Neymar was awesome. Some of the action was good. The music and the emotion stuff was good. I just kind of wish the trailers didn't like spoil some of the and stuff. Because I think it would have had more impact when you seen those like you see those scenes. Like it should have hit me more. But then I've seen that. I watched that trailer a billion times and I've seen that speech a billion times. So the impact of that didn't really hit me as hard as it should. But it was a great actor. She should get at least a nomination for Academy Award. So let's CGC this mother. What would you CGC this Hondo? This is a hard one, man. It's a hard one to fucking.
Maybe 8.5, maybe a 9, because I really like some of the emotion to it. Like it really got to my my feelings. Like even when they at the very beginning when they showed all those pictures of Chadwick Boseman as a Black Panther, that kind of got pulled on my you
could hear
on my emotional touch strings.
Yeah, you could hear a pin drop in that theater when those credits, man. No one was saying a fucking word. They were just staring at the screen.
Yeah, it was kind of like a little teary-eyed for me. And it had a certain sense of nobility and a certain sense of like, again, that they're talking about morals and about very real issues. Like it felt like like you have to discuss things politically and how it's going to affect your people and how it's going to affect everybody and the emotions that they're going through. And I think they did a really good job of portraying that in the movie. So, and because the acting was good, that's why I I felt like there were certain moments of it that were very powerful and very, emotionally, like they pulled at my, heartstrings, so I think that gives the movie a lot of strength, which was, they did a good job on that part. So I would say, I'll say an 8.5 for now.
8.5. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Big Leo gave it 8.5 as well out of 10. YouTube user 8. I assume that's Nip. Took too long for sure to become Panther. Yeah, I think they could have. If they were going to go that route, I think they could have hit that low sooner. But they had to build her character. But I don't know. They kind of built her the wrong way. Like I don't know. I think they could have built her up to be Black Panther a little bit better. That's probably my biggest issue with the movie.
Well, you do cut out those few things earlier, like we said, were unnecessary, like the Agent Thunderbolt shit, and Ironheart stuff. You could have probably got to that a lot faster.
Yeah. I think her spending, and it was just kind of like, oh yeah, now she's Black Panther now, and it kind of skipped. It felt like we skipped some steps to get to that point. But would you rate this one, Rick?
I think I'm with these guys. it rates it still rates high. That's and anything above an eight's good.
Yeah.
I don't think I can go to 9 on this. It's like The Dark Knight Rises to me. It has elements of what it was supposed to be and a rewrite that goes along with it. So this feels like an 8.3, 8.5. And 8.5 I think is being generous. Probably, yeah, I think it's gonna be like an 8. Like I'm actually, yeah, I'm with Leo. It's an 8.25. It doesn't quite get to just, I don't know. It felt good. I mean, I think I expect a lot out of it. I think that's what I went with. I went in with too high expectations. It's still a good movie. I mean, like it's still a good Ryan Coogler movie. It's just a lot of it seemed weird.
It felt like we left a lot on the table, and it felt like we were missing. Like if this Chadwick was in this would have been a 10. I think this would have been the most epic fucking. But you're having to spend most of the time, trying to deal with Chadwick's death and kind of like, that took a lot out of it. So I don't know. I want to go to an alternate universe where Chadwick didn't die and see the real Black Panther 2, the Battle of the Two Kings. I want to see that fucking movie, but
it's never gonna happen, and it's just it's what could have been that really gets me. It's still good. Don't get me wrong. It's still good. It's just, and it's not. And this is the thing too. It's not like I had expectations in the way of what I wanted as far as storyline. Of what I thought. I was cool with a female Black Panther. Yeah, I was great with that. Okay, but it's just you can see some of the rewriting was just a lot of shoehorn stuff in there. And it's still a good movie, but it's just it could have been
not the epic I wanted. But it's still like you said, good movie. Great movie, but it felt like a real what if movie. Yeah,
that's perfect.
Good
that's actually perfect. This just feel like a what
if Black Panther died? What if T'Challa died? Yeah,
that's a good one. I like that.
Music was better in the first one too. Yeah,
I like the music in this one.
Music was good. Yeah, but the first one, I think it had a little bit better music. Ludwig's awesome, man. I love Ludwig. He's a good composer.
Now, are we talking like soundtrack or like score?
Score, I think.
Score was good, man. I mean, when it got to like Tlalocan, they went to a different instrument.
Yeah,
it was sick, dude.
I would.
Everything had its own flavor.
Yeah, I would say I would go. I'll give it an 8.1. Split the difference on some of these guys. Yeah, I'll go 8.1. I think the Namor stuff, like if you take out the Namor stuff, this probably be a lot lower for me. But I think Namor really amped this movie up for me. I enjoyed that a lot. Like M'Baku, like a lot of the characters, like great acting all around. Like even Shuri was, she was
good. It's just the story was. It's not her fault.
Yeah.
The story, she did great, but the story just didn't feel like it was there for her.
Yeah. How would you compare this to the first Black Panther movie?
Oh, it's second. It's definitely a sequel. It's gonna for this one definitely suffers. I think
the first one's better. Yeah.
Oh, dude, Panther's like a what 9.5, 9.7.
Black Panther almost a perfect movie, but that CGI fight at the end kind of
that takes it down a few points because it's hella dark with down there. Yeah, you just no definition and all these dark fighting scenes. Can we stop it with that shit?
Yeah,
can we see more fucking scenes in the fucking light? It feels cheap. It feels cheap to do that because not all of us have the best eyes anymore. So,
it's it's. I can see it being a little decisive. People arguing, divisive.
Yeah.
But it's that's why we watch movies. It's all perspective. It's all how there's subjective fucking entertainment. Like some people will get something out of something different from another person. So
exactly.
But I like it.
Dark Knight Rises. Some people think it's their favorite movie.
Yeah.
I was like, you guys are crazy.
No. I like my Batman movies. I like my Batman movies with Batman in it. So that there's like 5 minutes of Batman in that fucking movie, which didn't make. Let's not go into Dark Knight Rises. I have a lot to say about Dark Knight Rises.
That's a back cave we don't want to enter.
That's the Last Jedi territory, man. Dark Knight Rises. I have a lot to say about that. But all right, yeah, it's a fun movie. Definitely go check it out if you haven't. I don't know why you're watching it if you haven't seen it yet. But all right, we're gonna stop spoilers. Any other spoiler talk? We need to.
Well, we got one more. You guys mentioned it, but what were your thoughts on Ironheart? Well,
Sure, it's fine.
she was great. I
Yeah,
think she was great. I just
don't
feel
really
like
need
it's
it. I
shoehorned in
don't
there.
really needed her in the movie, but it was fine. I didn't hate her.
They did not have enough of her armor. Like they could have like did more like Iron Man type of stuff where she's like shooting lasers and
Like
fucking
Bumblebee.
fighting more.
Yeah, she's
Could
kind
have
of
been a little bit more.
Yeah, yeah. I think they're probably saving a lot of that stuff for a show too. So like we'll see more of her stuff from that. So, all right. So let's end the spoilers. No spoilers. No more. Wakanda Forever. All right. Spoilers done. We'll take this off.
1 second.
Yeah. So. All right. So please like the video if you made it through all that crap. Like, subscribe, all that crap that the YouTube algorithm makes you do. Well, usually he looks so calm right now.
Yeah, he looks so vicious.
Yeah, turn on notification bells so you know when we're jumping on. Usually Saturdays at 11. That's usually the current timetable, unless some injuries or or tiredness comes into play. Oh, he looks so innocent. Look at him, so innocent.
Fucking Kenobi.
Ooby dooby noobie. I didn't like the full-on suit so fast. Yeah, the design wasn't not that great. I wasn't a huge fan of the design, but hopefully they fix that. She'll tweak it in it for her show and stuff. It was nice to see a good crowd in movies again. Yeah, our crowd wasn't that like hyped. Like our crowd was kind of very stoic.
They were. We had the one dude with the T'Challa fucking stuff right sitting right in front of us, but yeah, he wasn't like. It wasn't like a really super hyped movie. Everybody, you know what it is? I think everybody was just quiet and taking it all in because of Chapman.
Yeah, our crowd was very somber.
Like it was different. Chill, it was very chill, laid back crowd.
Yeah. Leo got that Tanforan crowd. They're getting a Haifa over in San Bruno. All right. Let's see. All right. Well, I guess we could do a quick. Do you want to do a quick pull list?
I'll do one.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Let's do a pull list. Let's all jump into pull list. Pull list stuff you picked up, watched, listened to, whatever. Listen recently. Let's do it like let's do one each. Let's do a quick one. I got a lot of shit to do today. So go ahead. Start us off, Mr. Everett.
So, dude, I've been getting into Hannibal, that show with Mads Mikkelsen, and I have had some controversial takes when it comes to how I think Dr. Lecter should ever be portrayed now. And dude, you guys got to go and watch this. It takes a lot of elements from Red Dragon, Hannibal, that older Hannibal, the other Hannibal movie. But there's a character in the movie that's going to be introduced a lot later. I was talking to, I think, is that him? Yeah, I was talking to you guys yesterday about, or the other day when we were watching Black Panther. But there's an actor out there who I think could be the Joker and probably should be, and I don't know if he's been considered before, but he's somebody they should take a look at. The guy's name is he played Jimmy Dormandy from Boardwalk Empire. I think his name is Joe Anderson. Oh no, not Joe Anderson. It's the other guy. Oh shit, it's Michael Pitt. So he's that one kid from Boardwalk Empire who starts out from the bottom. Starts working with the mob. But there's a scene that he's like cutting his chunks of his face off and eating it because Lecter gave him some psychotropics, some psychedelics, fucked them all up. Suggestion was great. It kind of felt like that scene where you see the Joker fucking cutting his face off and like kind of ripping it off, and the laugh, he has a laugh. It's pretty sick. But yeah, you guys should watch the show.
I hear good things. A lot of people
it's fucking great, dude. I'll tell you this much: as I look at this movie now in a different light, and I look at Hopkins' performance in a different light, I fucking do not like Hopkins' performance at all.
Ruined Hopkins for you.
It really did.
Winning performance ruined.
Well, the thing is, as a fact, is like, yeah, the guy's a scary dude, and Hannibal Lecter's supposed to be a scary dude. Hannibal Lecter's somebody that one of us could, he's a therapist. We're gonna go talk to him, a psychiatrist. And I don't buy fucking this guy. Hello, Alex. Welcome to my layout.
Hello,
like,
Clarice.
Yeah, I just don't buy that extra kind of creepiness. Allowing for him to have a good roster clientele. So, and Mads Mikkelsen is just, dude, he's dope. I don't know if you guys seen Manhunter, but there's Brian Cox is in that, and he plays Hannibal Lecter in that as well. That's more of a spot on performance to what I think the character of Hannibal's supposed to be. I think Hopkins went for it and did like a whole thing, but yeah, it just takes what I think of Hannibal Lecter to a new stratosphere. He's fucking crazy, dude. You guys gotta watch it. You guys gotta watch Hannibal. It's on Hulu right now. Check it out. I'm already on season 3, 13 episode seasons in like almost a week. Yeah. So there we go.
Jake Paul should be the Joker.
Jake Paul's injured. We don't need somebody injury prone to be on the.
He is a Joker.
I can't watch any of those guys do anything. I'm fucking good. Anybody finished Rings of Power? I haven't finished it. I haven't even started yet.
I did. See, I like it. You can't expect Game of Thrones. You got to realize you're thrown into this world. There's going to be people you like, people you don't like. But I found it to be fucking too sick, especially where they kind of left it off at the end, and the last 2 or 3 episodes were really good.
Yeah, that's what I hear. Like the last few episodes are really
last episodes are
really
good.
A lot of people bitching about it too. So
yeah, because the thing is, everybody compares everything. Well, Game of Thrones, like you don't have to compare it to Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is a soap opera with dragons. That's what people like. It's Days of Our Lives with swords and dragons. Fucking. This isn't that. It's good versus evil. Yeah, yeah, I agree. They were fucking great. Way
too slow to start the season.
I totally agree. And this was our complaint about the first 2 shows in certain series with Marvel. These guys took 5 because I guess I don't know how epic it's going to be, but they took 5 episodes to really get the whole thing going. The last 3 were fucking great. But
Yellowstone new season starts this Sunday. I
want to start that soon.
I want to see fucking the other show from the dude that Tulsa King.
Oh yeah,
Stallone fucking mobster show. Yeah, I'm waiting for that. Yeah, that looks good.
What's that going to be on?
I think it's right after Yellowstone.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, same creator. Yeah, that looks good too. More like Sopranos meets Lord of the Rings. For what was he talking about?
I think he's talking about more of the Rings of Power.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Hondo, what do you got on your pull list this week?
Well, I want to mention that our favorite watermelon smashing comedian passed away. So rest in peace to Gallagher. He was pretty funny, man. I remember watching him in the 80s and the 90s. And that whole like smashing fruits kind of thing, people would get in the audience. They would, when they went those first rows, they all are wearing plastic bags and covering themselves with raincoats and shit because he's smashing watermelons with the hammer. He's smashing pumpkins. He's smashing all kinds of fruit and like food and just like a carton of milk. He would smash it, and that was his whole thing. So he passed away, and I just remember like in the late 80s, early 90s, his comedy. So rest in peace to Gallagher. I wanted to mention that. Yeah.
All right. R.I.P. Gallagher. I like Black Gallagher from the Chappelle Show. That was weird. All right, so my one this week, Empire of the Sun. This great Spielberg flick. I haven't seen this since it probably came out, like 87, I think this movie came out. Great cast. This young Christian Bale. It looks like a goddamn deep fake of him. Like
introducing Christian Bale.
Yeah, this is his first flick. You can tell early on that this kid was going to be amazing. John Malkovich is so good in this, man. Like Rick was saying, like, he's not. This is like one movie he's not playing John Malkovich. He's playing a character. Like it's really good. You get to see like a young Ben Stiller, and and just proves that that Spielberg's the fucking goat, man. He's my favorite, man, and this movie is just so good, man. Good. It's a long movie, but really good. World War II. He gets Christian Bale gets pretty much stuck in a fucking prisoner, a POW camp, and just kind of how he interacts with the other people, and like how kind of the community they form, and just it's just great, man. Just his interactions with the Japanese pilots and stuff.
The Japanese trainee.
Yeah, and he the shows.
Yeah,
and it's just a great. Yeah, it's just a really good fucking movie, and you just Spielberg can do the spectacular, amazing shit, and he could do these these really emotional fucking time period pieces. A good movie, man. Really good fucking. I think not talked enough in the Spielberg. When people mention Spielberg movies and stuff, people don't talk about this movie too much. But Empire of the Sun, man, read a great flick. Young Christian Bale, you can just see this kid oh man, that kid's gonna go places. Good actor. So definitely one to check out if you haven't seen that. If you love Spielberg, definitely a movie you should definitely check out. All right, let's see. A couple more. YouTube user, aka Nip. New season of Titans 3 episodes is pretty good. I need
to go watch. I need to start it.
Second episode of the second season I'm on. Yeah, it's good. You'll dig it for sure. You'll definitely like it for sure. Grayson's pretty badass in that. Yeah, it's pretty good. Good DC show for sure. All right. So we're gonna end. I think it's we'll save some hidden gems for next time. I'm tired. We got a long day ahead of us, long weekend ahead of us. This is a fun, good review. Go check out the. If you haven't seen the Wakanda Forever, go check it out and come back and watch this. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Hondo, any last words before we get the hell out of here?
No, thanks for having me on the show. Wow, it's been a great year so far in movies, concerts, comic books. Our
list is gonna be tough this year, man. Our top 10 of the year is gonna
end of the year is gonna be real tough, man. I've been killing it with the concerts though. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to ending this year strong. I hope everything goes well, and everybody take care of yourselves.
Yeah.
Go watch Namor the movie.
Neymar forever. Shout out to the Gold Dirty Bastards jumping in the chats. Go check out the channel if you like a bunch of middle-aged dudes arguing over QB stats. Go check them out. Go check out the Gold Dirty Bastards. GDBs every Monday around 9:30 or so. Wakanda Forever. Yeah, go check out those guys. Go give them a like. Go watch some sports if you like sports, barrier sports and stuff, and other topics and such. Mr. Effort.
Just be fucking good to each other, man. I'm just tired of people being nasty pricks. I don't give a fuck if your mental health is not in the state of mind that should be in. Just be a nice person.
Yeah, it's no excuse to be an asshole.
Fuck all of that. Yeah. It's just it's getting bad out there, right? It's getting bad.
Yeah. All right, guys. Let's stay good, stay safe, and we'll see you guys next time. Keep on keeping on.
Live long and prosper.